Oh, turkey, don't be so jive. Come on, we're just kidding. It's a 70s reference. Nobody's going to get it. It's cool. Oh, hey, thank you guys so much for joining me here out in my jungle sanctuary during this quarantine time. I'm here with my animal friends, and we're about to have story time, so please join us. Today, I am fortunate enough to be able to read one of my favorite stories of all time from one of my favorite artists of all time. That's right. I'm talking about Pinecone Pete is Not Impressed by Spose, illustrated by Steve Gendry. So come on, take a seat. I hope you guys will enjoy this. Let's get started. Pinecone Pete lived by the sea, on the tippy-top branch of an evergreen tree. His home, it seemed, was without flaw, but Pete was not impressed at all. Home, Pete said, is lame and boring. Nothing ever happens here. I'm snoring. It's way too chill, and I'm annoyed. I'm going up the mountain to the big gold coin. What? Said Larry Leaf. Pete, you're crazy. He's lost his mind, yelled Acorn Amy. I know the coin looks fun on TV, but you'll never make it there. Give it up, Pete. No way, said Pete. I'm going. It's settled. It's a big party with loud, heavy metal. Everyone's happy and dancing and cool. I'm gonna do it, and it's gonna rule. Pete did a 360 flip through the air and yelled, I'll text you guys when I get there. Larry fainted. Amy freaked, and into the wild went Pinecone Pete. Pete walked till nocturnal animals prowled, raccoons, possums, coyotes, and owls. He jogged till morning when chickadees chicked. This, Pete said, is gonna be lit. Through blizzards, lizards, sleet and heat, into the wild went Pinecone Pete. Geez, said Pete, don't get me wrong. I'm stoked, but this is just taking so long. My back, ow! My feet, yow! I thought I'd be rocking out by now. Pete kept trudging, despite all his pain, until he arrived at something insane. Pete was suspicious. What is that? Who puts a door with no walls on a path? I get the feeling that I should ignore it. But instead, Pete walked right toward it. Drawn to the door, Pete stalked like a zombie. He couldn't stop. The door, it was calling. His eyes kaleidoscoped. This is so odd. What is in there? Pete turned the knob. Whoosh! Pete dropped into radiant splendor with rivers of rainbow that floated forever. Fields of flowers and magical stuff. Softly he landed. It made just a puff. Pete sent selfies to Larry and Amy while drinking a rainbow. This is amazing. My back was killing me. Now it's all better. Pete said, I just might stay here forever. But after some days, the rainbows had grayed. The flowers, they wilted the longer he stayed. He started to worry and freak out about it, but then he remembered the coin on the mountain. Pete struggled mightily up off the floor, climbed to the exit, and opened the door. Pete landed, boof, back on the path. A door said, come on, Pete. Pete said, I'll pass. On up the mountain, he started to climb. I'm almost there. The coin will be mine. The doors were persistent. It's nice inside, Pete. But Pete said, no way, doors, and kept towards the peak. In all, Pete must have said no to 1,000. I'm going to the big coin on the mountain. The cliffs were aggy and snaggy and craggy, but Pete kept clawing and climbing and grabbing. The slopes were slippy and slidey and slopey, but Pete was relentless. He just kept going. Boom shakalaka! Pete yelled. I made it. Then he sent selfies to Larry and Amy. He'd climb past doors and inclement weather. Now, Pete said, I'll be happy forever. But the mountaintop was very strange, with many doors that called his name. Everyone there was sunburnt and crazy. Pete flipped through old pics of Larry and Amy. The coin itself was a bit disappointing, quite intense and frankly annoying. During the day it was hot as a laser. Then at night, brr, cold as a glacier. It's hot and it's cold and I feel all alone. Pete said, forget this, I'm going home. Down the mountain, back through the blizzard, heat and sleet, rain and lizards. Pete bounded over big boulders and rocks, through rivers and forests, and suddenly stopped. Pete dropped his phone. His jaw fell agape. What, Pete whispered, is this place? Pines lined a beach and seagulls swooped. Ocean splashed in a soothing whoosh. Bewilderment spread across Pete's face. Wherever this is, I'm gonna stay. But where am I? Pete had to know. Larry Leaf turned around and yelled, you're home. So what'd y'all think? Great story, right? I know, so many ups and downs, like a mountain range. My second favorite book? Nay, it's my first. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Yeah, thank you for coming.